Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And today I have a car with a very interesting history and a story that I'd like to tell you about. And this is one of those presentations where I think Bring a Trailer really has strength because it gives us a platform where we can explain things about cars and describe them in really accurate detail. So come on over and take a look at it. The car itself is a 1988 Mercedes-Benz 560 SL. You will see immediately in the Bring a Trailer listing that we are producing right now, this car is an alumni car. It has gone through Bring a Trailer twice. So this is now its third viewing on Bring a Trailer. And I'm going to spend a lot of time in this video explaining the history of this car and telling you why I think it's now on Bring a Trailer for a third time. Also, please take the time to watch, we do a cold start video, so you'll see the car starting up stone cold, oil pressure and exhaust. And we also do a relatively extensive driving video. We've already shot the driving video. So you'll see in the driving video, I do not mention that the car is an alumni, and that's what I'm going to go into depth to describe to you today. So please take the time and watch all three videos. I'd like to roll into this by saying this is a really good example of a 560 SL. To begin with, and I would take the time, this car was sold in 2018 originally. It was sold by the original owner's son. So that is the video, and they don't have videos, but that is the auction where I think it best presents the car. A lot of good photography, and then of course we will add our photography, good interaction back and forth. And in 2018, the car sold for I think around $33,000. I think that was accurate and correct for 2018, and I think it was a good presentation. So we will basically be backing that up. This is one of those cars that I love receiving, cars like this. A lot of documentation with the car. It was sold new at Continental Motors in Fairfield, Connecticut. They were obviously a Mercedes Saab dealership. Sold for $63,000 when it was new. Actually $65,867 because of the add-ons to it. So we have the original sales receipt. We then have a lot of original service history on the car. The car has luckily received service history its whole life. It's not been driven much. It today only has about 36,000 miles on it. So it's a documented, low mileage, well-serviced Mercedes SL. You can see in all the service history, and we have the real hard copies. You can see the mileage of the car just rolling along. So a lot of data supporting the mileage that's on the car now. The car lived in Connecticut. It lived out in Napa, and then it came back to Connecticut. So those are the main areas the car has lived its entire life. So great service history, a lot of originality to the car, and I'll go into the cosmetics of the car. And what happened in 2018, and I think this, my guess is this was right before the son sold the car. It went to Classic Motor Car Service in Branford, Connecticut. And there they spent about $11,000 on the car. And we'll show you photos of this, $11,547. This is very important. And if you read through the auctions, and this is what happens with Bring a Trailer, the servicing that was done to the car, he did all of the things that SLs need. There was conversation about why did they do it? I have a car with much more mileage, why did they do it? Well, he took the right approach and wanted to make the car as perfect as he could mechanically. They pulled the motor out of the car. They put a new timing chain in it, all the new tensioners, all the new rails. They resealed the motor. They actually pulled the cylinder heads off. That's very unusual to do all of that work. Most people don't do it, even though the motor may be weeping a little bit. But it was done because obviously the son wanted the car to really be as good as he could make it. So as the new buyers of the car, it's done. All the subframe mounts were replaced, the motor mounts, the trans mounts, and we have documentation of all of it. So I think it's a pretty neat addition that all that was done on the car. We also have, of course, with the car, all of the original books, owner's manuals. We have all the original keys. I mean, it's so rare to really have all this stuff. These always get lost somewhere. But this car has everything. Original sales receipts, all the owner's manuals, that over $11,000 service done less than 2,000 miles ago was done on the car. So what happened to the car is and it took us a while to go through all this history and looking at Carfax, looking at the Bring a Trailer auctions, talking to the current owner of the car. It's a consignment car for us. And what we pieced together, car sold for $33,000, and it was sold actually to a dealer. The dealer bought the car, he had it for about a year and a half, and then he resold it on Bring a Trailer. In that auction, it only brought $24,000. And so you're obviously, what happened there? It was not a terribly well-run auction, honestly. There was some feedback back and forth. I think it could have been handled a little better. And that's not to be critical, it's just observing it. But I think it undersold when it was sold for $24,000. At that point, Schmidt and Company bought the car. They are another dealer, and they owned the car for about a year and a half. And then it was sold privately. And the fellow that bought it is my guy, Bruce, who I work with. Bruce loves finding cars that are really solid cars and then doing the Bruce touch. The Bruce touch is he makes the cars as perfect as he can. And I'll come back to what Bruce did to the car. But when we received the car, what we discovered, the car had an underlying fault that I think is why it kept being resold. The heating and air conditioning system on the car was not working properly. The car would either be ice cold or blazing hot. There was no in between at all. So when Bruce got the car, and his approach to it was just fix everything. So in fixing the climate control system, the car has the controls that you do in the dashboard, they were replaced, they're brand new. And that's a problem spot with these cars. That was done. That did not fix it. The heater control in the engine compartment was replaced with a brand new unit, not a rebuilt one, but Bruce sourced a brand new unit. That was replaced. That's a common failure point. That didn't do it. The computer control under the dash by the glove box was replaced. That didn't do it either. So, and as the car was being worked on, and that's when we got involved, you could see numerous people had made attempts to make this thing work. What it came down to, which I'm pleased that we finally diagnosed it and got it fixed, there's a temperature sensor in the dash, on the top of the dash, and that reads the ambient air temperature. That had failed. So the system had no clue what the temperature was. So it defaulted to full hot or full cold. We replaced the little resistor in that, replaced the tube, and it works perfectly now. Now the car works as designed. All those components are brand new, so it can do any range of temperature that you want. And that's really important. It's hard to sell a car like this to someone and then say, that's not working. So now it's working perfectly. My personal opinion is I think that's what happened to the car, and it got stuck. So now we're resetting this. We have a low mileage car, great service history, great ownership history. Couple dealers owned it. And by the way, on Carfax, Bruce also owns a couple dealerships. So you see the car being transferred through dealerships, but it's the same guy that owned it. So let me just say into what Bruce did. The under hood pad was replaced. That is brand new. The engine compartment is spotless. Very clean. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, the engine, which was engine out service, which is quite rare on these. The car is very dry underneath, drier than most. As I mentioned earlier, the heater control valve is brand new. That was replaced in the service, what was done to the car. It is R134 AC. Bruce then set about, and he's the guy that put the Euro-style bumpers on. These are brand new. They were done professionally installed. All the wiring was done properly for the driving lights, and they look gorgeous on the car. Bruce also wanted to change the stance of the car, going for a slightly more modern and also European look. He kept the American headlights because he liked them. The car has lowered springs on it, so all 4 springs were replaced, and he went with 17-inch wheels and new Michelin tires. So, and the car now has perfect stance. It's just a little bit lower, not a lot. What it has done to the driving of the car, and I mentioned this in the driving video, it is stiffer than it was originally. And these cars, arguably from the factory, were a little floaty. They were very softly sprung. This car is stiffer. The steering response is much sharper. It's a neat trade-off. I mean, the handling of the car is better, more responsive, but it is stiffer. So Bruce did both front and rear bumpers, changed the wheels, and changed the tires on the car. The car itself, and we went around it, we paint metered the whole car. It has had paint work through the years, which would be typical for this year of this car. Usually the clear coat was gone. Everywhere we have looked, it is very, very professionally done. There's no overspray. It's very difficult to find paint lines. Most of the paint meter readings are low. They're not high. We see no accident damage anywhere on the car. If we come around here and look at the interior, it is a leather car from the factory. It is not MB Tex. It is leather. It is in fantastic condition. It has never been sprayed. This is original. You can tell when you feel it and just how it looks. This very tiny wear mark right here. There, you can see it. My perspective is I would rather have it be original. It has a different feel. The wood in the car is excellent, superb. The instruments, of course, are all functioning. The dash is original. It's not a dash cap. This is all original. There are no cracks in the dash. And the wood is just gorgeous. It has a more modern head unit, a stereo unit. All of that works. It does have a wind deflector right here. We'll take additional photos of the convertible top up. It is in excellent condition. One of the things that came up, and these are little things that happen, but over here in this door frame, and I want to point this out specifically, and this is where an auction can get in trouble. If you look at the second Bring a Trailer auction, right here, in the auction, someone was questioning that and thought that was rust. It's not rust. It's glue from when it's originally put together. So, right, little details like that, we try and point them out. I'd rather go down here. These are all original plates. This is all original. This is grease right here. So the car is in exceptional condition for an 88. Just really, the door cards and everything excellent. There is a minor scratch in the boot cover lid right there. There you can see it. We'll take a photograph of that. The bumpers are new, so they're in excellent condition. The rear deck lid is excellent. The trunk, excellent. It has one of those small tops that can cover the interior. So that comes like where the roof would be. Emergency kit, wiping kit. It has a spare and everything underneath. All of this is excellent. We did install a new battery in the car, so it just received a new battery. Of course, the lenses and everything are excellent. All this chrome trim is like new. And this is all, I believe, documented well and photographed well in all of the auctions. This is the hardtop for the car. We believe this is all original paint. It's excellent. The glass is excellent. The headliner is excellent. So this is in great shape. And of course, it matches the color of the car. Again, we love getting cars like this. And in my opinion, this really was a one family-owned car. And that is clear when you see all the documentation. The right side of the car, same thing. There are no dings on the car, no dents on the car. Of course, tires, Michelin tires are new. On the right side passenger door, the door card is excellent, as is the driver's side. Passenger seat, excellent. There are no splits anywhere in any of the seams. Beautiful condition. Glove box, the tools for the top. Horizontal wood, excellent. So this is in the top. I mean, as far as the condition of the interior, the leather and everything else, this is a 9 out of 10. This is really a good one. Right front of the car, the lenses are excellent. The windshield, you just look, I don't believe there are any marks in the windshield. Yeah, there are no marks on the windshield at all. It's got its Mercedes-Benz sticker. So if you like the 560s, and they're great, you know, they're the end of the SL line of this version, and well sorted out. It's an American market car. The things that Bruce did, he spent about probably $6,000 on the car, doing the bumpers, the wheels, the tires, the suspension, some servicing, and then working through and really fixing the climate control so it's working properly. It's a cool car, it's a neat car, great history, and I hope in this auction we really find a deserving home for it, someone who appreciates what this car is, what has been spent on it, the engine out service. That's very rare to have all that work done. So please ask me any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Please remember, when I'm doing the driving video, I did not mention all these other Bring a Trailer auctions because I was still piecing together the history on this car. So I know it's a long video, but I wanted to relay all this information. I'm really pleased. We were pulling our hair out trying to figure out the climate control. We had help from a lot of Mercedes-Benz experts guiding us, going through the procedure, and we finally got it with the little resistor in the dash. So thanks for watching the video, and hopefully we'll find a great home for this wonderful car.